Hi, it's Ken here with UAV Coach. So you think you're a good drone pilot? Well, let's see how you stack up against standards that are used by the National Fire Protection Association for evaluating drone pilot proficiency. The NFPA uses standards that were developed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology to evaluate their drone pilots, so we're going to do the same. So first, what is NIST? NIST is an institute within the Department of Commerce that was founded in 1901 to keep the US competitive with the United Kingdom, Germany, and other countries in the technology space. Recently, the NIST developed a set of standards and tests for evaluating aerial robots or drones. In this video, we'll use the NIST procedures for building test stands that are used to assess drone pilot skills. And we'll get ready for our first drone pilot proficiency test. So let's get to it. We're going to build the standard omni-bucket stands as defined by the NIST, but if you want to build something different, by all means do that. Please leave comments below if you found a better way to build a set of test devices. The total cost to build the 4 omni-bucket stands in this video was under $200. First, you'll need to get a total of 20 2-gallon buckets to build 4 stands. These are available at various locations for about $4 each. At your local hardware or lumber store, you'll need to get 2 2x4s 8 feet long and 1 4x4 at least 2 feet long. You'll need 32 number 10 wood screws 2.5 to 3 inches long and 40 number 10 panhead screws 1 to 1.25 inches long. You'll also need some sticker labels if you want to print out the targets needed for inside the buckets. Otherwise, you can use a marker to draw inside and on the buckets. We'll start by cutting the 4x4 post to a 6-inch length. You only need 4 of these 6-inch segments. Then we'll cut the 2x4s into 12-inch lengths, and you'll need a total of 16 of these. Once you have the 16 1-foot lengths, you'll need to use a miter saw to cut both ends of each 2x4 section at a 45-degree angle. These angles should be toward each other. Next, we'll assemble the stands. To start, you need to drill 2 holes in the 45-degree cut at one end of each of the 2x4 sections. This makes it easier to back drill into the 4x4 later and makes it easy to attach the number 10 by 2.5 inch screws. I found it easiest to mark each 2x4 section and mark each side of the 4x4s with a corresponding number. This allowed me to drill 1 hole from each 2x4 into each 4x4, then attach the 2x4s with just 1 screw at first. You drill the final hole and then attach the second screw. This allowed me to not have to keep changing out the drill bit and the screw head back and forth. Make sure you use caution not to drill your finger or your hand. Again, these should be number 10 by 2.5 or 3 inch screws so that they screw far enough into the 4x4. The stands are stackable even after the buckets are installed. Once you have all the stands made, now it's time to install the labels into and on the buckets. Or if you want to mark the buckets with markers, you'll want to ensure that you have the circles drawn similar to how these labels are drawn. The large numbers and the letters aren't as crucial. First, you'll need to cut around each of the circles as close as possible to the green circle and just cut the numbers or the letters with the least amount of white space. There's no need to cut around the number exactly. There are 4 sets of labels. You'll have labels for stand 1, stand 2, stand 3, and stand 4. These all have large identifying numbers, 1, 2, 3, or 4, large letters, A, B, C, and D, and 5 green circles. You have a green circle with the number, for example, 1, then you have 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. Each stand will have 5 buckets, 1 on top and 1 on each leg of the stand. The bucket on the top gets the green circle with just the number, no A, B, C, or D, placed inside the bucket, centered as best as you can. and it also gets the large numbers on the inside and the large letters on the outside. Large A should be installed so that it's opposite the number on the green circle. Then the B goes to the left of the A, then the C, then the D, going clockwise. When you look at the large A, the B should be to the left and the D should be to the right. Also, the top buckets will be the only buckets that you leave the handles installed. All other buckets you'll need to take the handle off. On the first stand only, you'll also install a P1 and a P2 label on bucket 1A only. P1 goes on the inside and P2 on the outside. They should be aligned so when you're looking at the 1A inside, the P1 will be above it and the P2 should be below it on the outside. Now it's time to install the buckets. The green circle labels identify where the screws should go to attach each bucket to the stand. The challenge is that the buckets may be too small to fit a drill inside, so you can either get a long drill bit or devise an extension of some sort, or use a light to mark and drill from the back side. After you drill all the holes, you'll attach the buckets using the panhead screws number 10 by 1 to 1 1/4 inches long. And you'll notice that the top bucket screw holes are closer together to fit onto the 4x4. And the side buckets are spaced out at the edges to take advantage of the 12-inch long legs. You'll need to align the letters on the outside of the top bucket with the legs, and the side buckets should have the number on the green circle at the top. When all the buckets are finished, you can stack them on top of each other to make storage a little bit easier. Well, that's it for this video. In our next video, we'll take our stands outside and we'll start our pilot proficiency testing. We'll use the NIST test methods in our brand new stands to show you how to test your drone piloting skills. So make sure you subscribe to the UAV Coach channel and hit the notifications bell so that you'll be notified when that video comes out. And until then, all of us here at UAV Coach, we wish you blue skies and safe flying, and we'll see you soon.